question to all of you is, have you ever participated in track and field in school as a kid or even as an adult? Okay. If you've never heard of it, track and field is a sport which includes various athletic competitions in running, jumping, and throwing. Some of the activities include things like triple jump, high jump, sprints, relay races, and hurdles. If I remember correctly, I was pretty good at triple jump, sprints, and hurdles. Though I'm not entirely sure how I was good at hurdles, considering how small I am now and knowing I was much shorter back then. I can't imagine getting over any standard size hurdle today. I don't know how I would have done it back then. Maybe they give us little parking pylons to jump over. Anyhow, in school, we had a lot of fast runners, many who were great at sprints and others who were great at the longer, grueling distance runs. But despite that, there were only a small few that did the relay races. A relay race, if you don't know, is a race with a team of athletes where each person is responsible for completing their part of the race and then handing off a baton or a stick to the next runner. In a sprint or a long distance run, winning generally depends on an individual's acceleration, maximum speed, and endurance. However, to win a relay race, all of those factors need to be present, and the baton must be passed with extreme precision. No matter how fast individuals are, if they drop or fumble the baton pass, it could cost the entire team a win. Now, this brings me to today's focus on communication styles. I'll start by outlining the 4 dominant styles in this project. Initiating, which is social, enthusiastic, and innovative. Direct, which is decisive, goal-oriented, and succinct. Supportive, which is calm, patient, and gentle. And finally, analytical, a logical, systematic, facts and figures based style. For those of you who know me, you might have already guessed that my dominant style is initiating. And we all have our preferred communication styles, just like we probably all have a preferred track and field activity, something we enjoy, something we're good at. Actually, if communication styles were any of the solo track and field activities, I'm sure we would all walk away with wins under our belts because of our individual strengths. But I wonder, how well would we do in a baton relay race? When we think of communication, we often just focus on expression. How can we best express ourselves? What do we want to say? How can we structure our message? How can we adjust our tone? What words should we use? How can we exercise our strengths? Basically, how fast can we run? But true communication is not just about expression. It's also about reception. If we can't express ourselves in a way where someone can process and understand our message, then it doesn't matter how great we are at a particular style of communication because we're not communicating, we're just speaking. Now, when this happens, unfortunately, the most common tendency is to shift all the responsibility onto the recipient. I did my best, but he didn't understand. She misinterpreted. They are a bunch of idiots. But let's go back to our baton relay race. If I can run 10 miles per hour and my teammates can only run 8, me doing my best, fastest speed the entire time might mean that I can pass everyone, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I can pass the baton. To pass the baton successfully, I need to slow down, accommodate my teammates' abilities, their best speeds, work with their strengths, and make sure they have a good grasp on that baton before I consider my role complete. Most would agree that this is what communication involves: a message, a sender, a recipient, and the delivery. But there's one more very important, often overlooked factor: perception. How we communicate with someone depends on how we view our relationship with that person. If we look at someone as a competitor, an enemy, or someone insignificant, then why would we care if they understand us or not? If we view that person as our teammate, however, we quickly realize that the only way for us to get closer to our shared goals is by not only communicating to the best of our ability, but also communicating to the best of their understanding. Communication is basically a never-ending looped relay race where we are either passing the baton or receiving it. And to be effective and successful in our communication goals, we need to do our best when delivering the message and do everything we can to make sure our teammates receive it well. On that note, I hope you can distinguish your teammates from your competition, and I wish you the best of luck in your next race. Thank you.
Magna, thank you very much for that introduction.